What's going on, guys? The Iron Jesse here, and welcome back to my new LEGO Star Wars 2025 set review. And today I'm reviewing the Rebel U-Wing Starfighter set based off of Andor Season 2. This is set 75399, it ages 8 plus, has 594 pieces and 4 minifigures. My mother got me this set at LEGO Shop at home last month, and this set cost $70 here in North America and around the world for the lineup. So without further ado, let's go ahead and take a look at all 4 of these minifigures. So first up, here we have K2SO and Cassian Andor. So these are pretty great minifigures, and they are new and exclusive to the set. We haven't gotten a K2SO minifigure in a while, since in 9 years, based off of the Rogue One movie, but I didn't get him from the old Rogue One sets back in 2016, but this is the first time that I have him in my collection. And same thing with Cassian Andor. I know they made a different version of Cassian before, but this version is the first Cassian Andor minifigure that I own in my collection. So for Cassian, I love the new outfit. This is like his main suit for the second season. So I love how they know his leg, hip, torso, and face printing. And the hair piece is pretty solid for what it is. I love the face printing because they totally know Diego Luna's likeness for him. So I totally dig that. I love the design for K2SO, since I love the head molding and the printing for his chest. That looks pretty great. And they do come with their different blasters. So Cassian does come with that classic Alien Conquest pistol in dark gray. And K2 does come with these classic black blasters for Star Wars that we've been getting for years now. So let's take a look at the characters without their weapons so I can show you what they look like. So here they are without their weapons. So again, I still love the printing for Cassian's face, torso, hip, and leg printing. Still dig that dark brown hair piece for him. And I still love that design for K2, since he has the Imperial logos on his left and right side of the shoulder, which is pretty good, since I totally know, well, I totally love that design is what I meant to say for the character himself. And take a look at the back of the characters. This is what the back of K2 looks like, with that like a bigger look at that black stud for his back, and I love the back of the head for him. And we do get that nice back torso printing for Cassian Andor, and he does come with a double-sided face where he is all smirky. So I love that smirky expression for him, and I totally dig these characters. I'm glad I have them in my collection for the first time ever. So that is it for K2 and Cassian. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the other. Up next, we have the two villains of this set. We have Dedra Miro and the ISB Technical Agent. So they're pretty great figures, and they're also new and exclusive. And I'm so happy that we have an official LEGO Dedra Miro minifigure in a Star Wars set. So I love the design for Dedra's hip, leg, and torso printing. It does look pretty accurate to the way it is in this series for the character, and her face print looks pretty great. And I honestly love that hair and hat combo. So we have her Imperial hat that she is wearing, and we have a bit of her blonde hair that's like, well, braided up. So I totally love that design for that piece. It does look pretty good on her. And as for the Technical Agent, he is a solid character, but not that interesting to me. But I just love the torso, leg, hip, well, yeah, torso, leg, hip, and toe printing is what I meant to say. And we do get that same face print that is used for Hawkeye and some of the other characters. And he does have that Imperial hat piece, which is nice, and I believe those are brand new for 2025, if I'm not mistaken. And he does come with that shield piece for him, and that same blaster as the other characters, especially K2. And Dedra does come with that smaller blaster that she has. So let's go ahead and take their weapons off so I can show you what the characters looks like without them. So let me do that for the Technical Agent, and let me do the same for Dedra. Okay, so here's what the characters looks like without their weapons. So I still like the design for the legs, hip, and torso pretty for Dedra. The face print looks pretty great. I still love that hair and hat combo piece for her. And I love the torso, hip, leg, and toe printing for the Technical Agent, and the face printing is so nice and solid. I love the hat for the character itself. I love the logos for them since they are officially printed. And take a look at their back torso printings. They are so nice and phenomenal. So I love the back design for the Technical Agent. It reminds me of a Stormtrooper design for the back torso printing for the way it looks. And we have the back torso printing for Dedra, and she also comes with the double-sided face like Cassian, where she is very stoked up about something with director Krennic. So yeah, I just totally dig that look. So Very cool figures, and I'm glad I also have them in my collection. So that is it for all 4 of the minifigures. Now let's take a look at the U-Wing. So here is the U-Wing itself. Now this is the updated version for 2025, so I totally love the design for it, and I'm glad I got this set because, like I said before, while the set leaked, I didn't get the 2016 version based off of the Rogue One film because I missed out on it, and I'm glad I got the new one since I feel like this is like our first Ewing since 2016 or 2018 if you count the Mighty Micro set, but at least I love the design right here. So we have the colors for the white design for the bricks and even the dark gray, some sandish yellow into blue. And I love the design for the wings because they are so freaking long, man. And I just really love it. I totally love the design. And we have the brick build look for the blasters, and we have the spring-loaded shooters that are shown. That is a part of the plate feature that we will get into later on. But we do have like one printed piece, and that is the window itself. And I love the design for the window that is printed for the ship itself. They totally know the design for it. And yes, I know the whole ship is like a downscale look of the original. So at least it is pretty fine for the way it is, but I totally dig the color scheme for the ship itself. Spinning it around, okay, I didn't mean to bump my curtains. Well, I know this is a longer ship or so, but anyways, let's take a look at the side of the ship. So I love the design for the wings. We have a ball jointed piece that is connected to that part that we will get into just a bit. It's people are like, why is that ball joint piece there? But it's a part of the gimmick. So you can see that part of the ship that we will focus on later. So I love the design for the wing itself. We have that longer look for the way the build turns out. We have some black bricks for the ship, and we have the side of the window with that printing design for it. And we have like the spot right here that has like a little interior. We have the little windows for it, and we have that like slope piece in that sand yellow color. I love the design for the engines for the ship. We have the black color scheme and even the white, blue, dark gray, and some sand yellow for the color scheme for these pieces. So I love that. And we have that design for the engine for the pipes itself. Well, the pipe design for the engines is what I meant to say. And we have a little piece that is sticking out. That's like for the cockpit itself of, and we will get into that later on. Now, taking a look at the top part of the U-Wing, so I love the design for the ship itself. We have like some of the other pieces that have the same color, and I love the dark gray design for that little spot area for the ship itself. And we have the top part, we have the stickers for the left, and actually just the left side is what I meant to say. There is no stickers on the right side. And yeah, we have those pieces sticking out. That's for the play feature that we will focus on later. And we do get the same thing on the other side, but different. So we have like some stickers on this side of the ship. So we have the different design. Well, we have the same ones for this side, but we have that like same yellow rectangle part on this spot for the ship itself. So I totally dig that design right here. We have the same look but different, and we have the same spot for the interior, and we have like the same look for the engines for the ship itself. And spinning it around, let me just do it like this. Okay, I'm about to put my curtains. This is what the back of the ship looks like with the engines, and I totally dig that design right here, and also the back part for the U-Wing itself. And you can put Cassian Andor inside of it, since remember that piece that I showed you, that black button that we already took a look at like a second ago. So that is where you push it. So we push it like this with your finger or thumb, the glass piece open up like this. Well, just a bit. So at least it is a little easier to access it just like that. And we have the interior of the cockpit. We have another sticker for the control panels for the ship itself. And you can't put Cassian Andor inside of there, but I had to find it first, but I already did. So you gotta put their arms and legs up like this, and you got to lay the character down along with their arms, and there you go. So now you can't see him through the ship, and I totally dig that for the way it turns out. And as for the wings, you can extend them like this. So the way you do that, you gotta detach this part and put it on this part over here. And same thing for the other side, you can't do it like this and Okay, I didn't mean to bump the iPad holder. All right, there we go. So yeah, here's what the ship looks like. We like put it in like attack mode or landing mode or whatever you put it in. So yeah, I love that look for the play feature for the U-Wing itself, since they are also attached to those ball joint pieces, and same thing for this piece. So they have the same pieces on the left and right side of the ship, which is those pieces that I'm talking about. So that looks pretty great, and we have that wider look for the cockpit itself. And speaking of that, let's take a look at that. So, oh, before we get started, if you guys don't know how to like put it back the way it was, easy to detach that, and there you go. So that's like a little fun play feature. And as for the interior, now we can get into the interior. So here's what it looks like, and yeah, it doesn't look so interesting. So let me just try to, actually, you know what, forget it. So yeah, the interior, didn't mean to bump it again. So yeah, it's fine, and it looks pretty decent for what it is, since we have a little cradle that you can pretend that it contains like some grenades inside of there. So let me just take that off so I can show you what it looks like. So yeah, this is what it looks like. It's just a fine build in my opinion. So easy to store that piece back on with those 4 studs. And we have a little area to fit some of your characters inside of the ship. And even that back part, you can open it up like this. So yeah, the back part looks like crap. I don't like that part a lot. So yeah, it is fine for the way it is. And as for the stud shooter part, easy to fire that out. I'm just gonna do it like this. That's how you do it. So if you lose one, you do get like only one spare of these missiles, and this is what they look like in that dark red color. But yeah, that is all that you get for the U-Wing. So at least it is pretty solid for what it is. The interior looks like crap just a bit, but at least it is still decent. At least I love like some of the color schemes for it. All of its glory is still nice and fine by me for the way it is. So I don't have anything else to say about the ship, but that is all I've got so far right here. So that is it for the build of this set. Let's move on to overall, this is a pretty nice and solid looking set. Well, I'm still happy that LEGO is bringing the U-Wing back, because like I said, this set is still based off of Andor Season 2. And I'm glad we get to see the U-Wing again in that second season. So like I said, it does took place right before Rogue One and A New Hope. So I'm glad I bought this set, because like I said before, this is the final time that I'm going to say this. I missed out on the 2016 version that is based off of the Rogue One movie back in 9 years. And even that little Mighty Micro set. But I'm glad LEGO made a new one for this year, since I could get my hands on it, as well as K2SO and Cassian Andor. So the ship itself is still solid for the way it is. This is like a downgrade version of it, and I have some issues with it. The back part is a piece of crap. And the reason why I said that, because it doesn't lead into the interior part of the ship, which is very frustrating. I mean, I don't understand why LEGO did that for the ship. I mean, I wish they could like clear that wall piece for the back part of the ship and lead to that little messy interior, because the way I said that, because it doesn't look so interesting on the inside. But at least I love the cockpit design for the ship. But in the series, there were like, it's like a 2-passenger seat for the cockpit. But I get it, it's just minifigure scale, but at least it's still fine the way it is. But I love the color scheme right here, and I love how you can extend the wings with those ball joint pieces for the build itself to make it like in a flying or a landing look, if you want to call it. But I love the design for the engines for the ship, and I love the spring-loaded shooter play feature. Like I said, if you lose one of these, you only get one spare one. I wish they could give us like more than one spring-loaded missile. But I love the colors for the ship, and I love how you can press that little button to open up the window just a bit to make it a little bit easier for the access to the cockpit. But I love the printed glass piece for the ship itself, and everything else is still fine, but I wish they could make it a little bit better. But I get it, it's just a little downgrade for the way it is. And as for the figures, we do get Cassian Andor in his Season 2 look. So this is my first Cassian Andor minifigure that I own, because I didn't own the previous versions that they made for the past years. But I love the design for the face printing with that Diego Luna likeness for him. The hairpiece is still nice and neat. And I love the printing for his torso, hip, and legs, which is nice. We do get the technical agent, which is a decent figure since I'm not interested in the figure. I wish they could like replace him with Biggs or someone else, but I still love the design. Excuse me. So I still love the design for the torso printing since it reminds me of the Stormtrooper torso printing for the way it looks in the toes, hip, and leg printing is nice, and the face is the one that is used on Hawkeye and some of the other characters. Dedramiro is a good figure since I love that hair and hat combo piece for her, and the printing for her torso, legs, and hip looks pretty good as well as her face. And I'm glad I got K2SO because he is back since I'm glad they added him in a set after 9 years. So, anyways, this is a pretty standard set. Hopefully, Lego will make more sets based off of Andor Season 2 because this is like the only one for it. But I totally dig the U-Wing since I'm glad I have it in my collection. But wish it could have been a little bit better, but at least it's still a standard set. So I don't have anything else to say about it, but that is all I've got so far right here. So that is it for now. Thank you guys for watching. Remember to hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you're new. Hit that notification bell, the C button, and don't forget to Hulk smash that comment section down below. And tell me in the comments what you guys think about this set for the lineup. I'll see you later.